This franchise has always been about players, it's always been about basketball, and it's about anything we can do to help the player become the best they can be. This is really a huge example and an opportunity to show the rest of the league and the world and that's involved in women's sports what it takes to be a high-level athlete.
It's an unbelievable day for the Indiana Fever, another step for our franchise, again, to make this the best franchise in the world.
The Indiana Fever recently revealed a $78 million bombshell, but that isn't even the most significant news about the day while everyone is discussing its brand new cutting-edge facilities. We have the inside scoop on a free. They just made a shaky agency move up the whole WNBA.
So the Indiana Fever announced that they're going to open a new practice facility coming up before the 2027 season, but they're going to get their own facility now. And they showed the mock-ups online, and it's as you would expect, right? It's going to be state-of-the-art. It's going to be awesome. It's going to look cool.
Caitlin, the whole Fever roster, including Clark, has I have a new FAC coming up, but who might it be? With them, we're dissecting the Fever's audacious actions from their top-notch training facility to a superstar free agent recently. Acknowledge that you are aware of what will happen next for Caitlin Clark and company remain to determine why Indiana might just become the most sought-after location in the WNBA. Are you prepared to go?
As the CEO of Pacer Sports Entertainment, I couldn't be more excited for both our men's and our women's teams to have their own standalone practice facilities. I think it's expanding our campus in a great way. It's providing them everything they need to have the best performance that they can on the court. And I think it's absolutely the right time to do it.
Imagine this as a basketball paradise. 108,000 feet in length is precisely what the Indiana Fever recently made an announcement. But why now? What is the strategy behind this enormous investment? Let's dissect it. We are discussing a $78 million facility that will redefine what the home base of a WNBA club appears to be about twice as large as the largest facility, whether existing or planned in the WNBA, and surpasses some NBA teams' facilities are experiencing a Fever statement, and it's really evident.
All of the weight and conditioning equipment. Obviously, we'll have 2 full-size courts. It'll be available 24/7 for them to come and utilize it, but also just the best in recovery, the best in mental health, places for them to be able to also record content, podcasts, and other things that they may have to go off-site and waste time doing things like that. So they can really maximize their time spent focusing on their performance and not on other things.
Thus, what's within there are 2 full-size courts in Hoops Heaven. To begin with, yet there's greater power areas of training that would make pro recovery chambers for bodybuilders that are envious, and infrared facilities that have it's more akin to a spa than a sports facility. Things a player must do in order to this is where things truly become intense. Interesting mental health facilities, a podcast studio, and a full-service kitchen, and a nail shop. The Fever isn't only they are considering their training concerning the entire player experience. The facility is made to support athletes prosper both on and off the court.
Well, first of all, our goals for this new training center is really to provide a first-in-class training center that is designed exclusively for women athletes. And I think that's important to note because it's not just a gym, it's a holistic approach to how women athletes train, recover, rehab.
This is going to be the best in class when it comes to a women's professional training facility. And not just the day that it opens, we're going to set this up and think about this as the best in class for many years to come.
Let's now discuss the time of this. In 2027, Palace is scheduled to open. There is a significant strategy at work in 2027. Aaliyah Boston's Caitlin Clark's rookie contract expires. The contract expires in. The Fever is setting the stage for 2028 for their next message to all of their free agents and their stars. This is the place you wish to be. In contrast to other teams, the Connecticut Sun is revealing their practice area for birthday celebrations, and Alyssa Thomas of the Sun's yoga classes said that as a professional squad, we're competing in the playoffs and yes, having to let a 2-year-old use your court. Birthday celebration, discuss a difference.
when I played in the Connecticut Sun, we practiced in like the recreational, like the tribal facility because the team is owned by the tribe. And so sometimes there'll be people doing like yoga classes and different stuff. And like we'll be on the court, like practicing on the full court, like the full NBA size court. Right. And then they'll come in and we have to like put the divider down. And then we'll start going on a court that was like smaller than like a high school court. Kid you not, while we're in the playoffs.
They talking about keep it down. We got a yoga class going on over here.
Yeah, and it's like you peek your head over the side and it's like 3 people over there like doing downward dog or something crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
The stars are paying attention to Caitlin Clark's "I was captivated by your Instagram posts, enthusiastic about this Aaliyah Boston," has already used Thursday as a recruiting tool, it tells. Indiana's prospective free agents. The location she claims that the Fever does so adept at filling us and transforming us feels similar to the professional players who Lisa, we are even basketball legends. Leslie remarks that this is impressive, the appearance of investing in women similar to when Legends is singing your praise, which you are aware of something correct.
As we look toward Indianapolis becoming the epicenter of women's sports, having professional women's sports teams and having dedicated training facilities for them is really a key piece of putting that together.
This facility is more than just a structure. It is a game changer that could influence for years to come. The WNBA Fever is presenting themselves as the group that the gamer wishes to participate in making and a setting that allows sportsmen to succeed being free agents both on and off the court in the upcoming years. Decisions will be made. Investment can be the decisive element that draws and retains elite talent such as Indiana, Boston, and Clark. Are you prepared for some long haul? Significant news about free agents.
So we finally got the news that we expected to hear all along for Kelsey Mitchell. We finally got the news, and it is that Kelsey Mitchell of the Indiana Fever has received the core designation. Yes, Kelsey Mitchell has been cored by the Indiana Fever.
Let's discuss regarding the shocking revelation that recently the Fever in Indiana has taken a strong stance. Everyone is talking about how they have CED now. Kelsey Mitchell, you may be. I'm not sure what that even means. In the WNBA, a player is similar to placing a huge keep away sign on them. It's a unique title that provides teams sole right to negotiate a player during Perry's free agency period. And Kelsey Mitchell is the Fever was a true star. How much they cherish her by making her a supermax contract for 1 year valued at nearly $250,000 is a substantial sum of money, and it demonstrates Indiana's dedication to assembling a powerhouse group.
If you're asking me to give a percentage chance of Kelsey Mitchell staying, I would go as far as to say 99. I'd go as far as to say 99.
However, here's when things start to become interesting. Mitchell could still have the ability to reduce Fever, but only if a trade is accepted by the team. If Mitchell's strong desire to leave doesn't appear probable, that the Fever might receive some substantial assets in exchange. Speaking of high draft selections, talented young players, or perhaps even another well-known celebrity. So why would Mitchell wish to depart since the Fever is rising? Something unique, and she's in the. Imagine Kelsey in the heart of it. Caitlin Clark and Mitchell in the same. It's a scoring explosion in the backcourt awaiting.
As I've said, there's no reason why Kelsey Mitchell wouldn't want to play with the Fever. And we've basically seen the Fever posting about Kelsey Mitchell everywhere. So it's not like it's something that is unlikely, but it is going to be huge. And at this stage, it's like trust the process. It's trust the organization. Because look, this organization has proven that they're willing to put the money back to generate it.
Mitchell's average was 19.3 points per game from the previous season, which is exceptional level scoring individuals, and she completed it while playing with Boston and Clark, who attracted a lot of defensive attention last. You have a year at Clark and Mitchell, two of the deadliest scorers in the defenses for a game played on the same court will experience nightmares while attempting to determine how to prevent both of them from. Fever isn't about assembling a group, they are assembling a team that could dominance for many years to come. 9 players have contracts in place for they're still around in 2025. $650,000 in cap space, which is sufficient to cover Mitchell's extremely high income and yet have space to sign a maximum number of players and an important veteran.
This is the smartest thing for you. And there's no way that And there's no agent in the world that would tell Kelsey Mitchell not to sign with Indiana. To be honest, there is no agent in the world that will tell any player not to sign in Indiana.
Mitchell's essence a rare move for the Fever is designation. She is actually just the 5th participant in the 25-year history of the franchise to accept the honor that we are discussing club that features Tama and other legends. Catchings is the type of business that Mitchell is currently in, and she has been clear about not taking this lightly regarding her relationship with Indianapolis, stating that I've always thought of Indianapolis as a house for me.
If you're asking me what team should Kelsey Mitchell play for if she's, like, in reality, the answer is the Indiana Fever. Like, there's no basketball, there's no genuine basketball reason for her to play for anyone else. Is there even a non-basketball reason for her to play for the Fever? There's no, like, maybe if we're talking about, like, non-basketball reasons, like personal reasons maybe, but like off-the-court reasons there's none either, so.
You believe that the Fever has subsided. Guess what? The season is only getting started. Keep that extra cap space in mind. This is the strategy. A 6 feet 4 inches unicorn is going to strike the open market, and she has a Fever scrawled all over her. And this is the surprisingly, she's already made some significant. Are you aware of any updates regarding her present team? Prepared for what could be a game changer.
And then also, you're one of the top free agents in this year. So, I mean, do you have any ideas of what you might prioritize, or do you plan to stay in Dallas next season?
Yeah, I mean, I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past years, and I'm working with them together and finding a next home for me because I've already played my last game in Dallas.
We are discussing none apart from Satou Sabally at a media unrivaled. Sab's availability decreased suddenly. I've already played this. That was my final game in Dallas. The landscape of WNBA free agency changed significantly.
And I'm just excited. I'm excited for free agency. I'm able to talk to a lot of players outside the league because I have not played on a different team yet. And I'm excited to get to know them more on a personable level, but also knowing how they approach the game. And I just love having basketball conversations and high-level IQ conversations about the game to know where I will fit best in the future.
So whereas Solly on his way to New York Liberty and Sutter's sister are in the running, hold on. Niara is already on the team horses as the Indiana Fever could get the inside scoop on Y2. The Fever has money, words cap space to spend, and Solly is considering a Max might be able to contract something that Liberty is unable to provide until they dump assets and exhaust their bench, taking into account Sabrina, Ionescu, Brianna. JN, Kel Jones, and Stewart are already on maximum deals.
Yeah, to just following up there, I guess, because you said it, Satou, what was Dallas's reaction when you communicated that to them?
Obviously, at first they were still trying, but I think what is most effective is working with the player and listening to their wishes and hearing out how we can find the best solution for each other.
Imagine Caitlin Clark in this lineup. Kelsey Mitchell, the running point at the 2 at power. Lexi Hull is on the wing forward with Aya Boston restraining the paint is a disaster for any Sabally. The league squad from the previous season was a powerful force that were 18.6 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game. But this is where it becomes incredibly fascinating. Imagine those numbers with Caitlin Clark as the focal point. The vision and passing of guard Clark's court capability may elevate SA's game to a new level comparable to how the remainder of the team's productivity surged as a result of Clark. Solly has been hinting at fans of feverish social media. She's been enjoying remarks from admirers pleading with her to visit Indiana. A fan stated that they would adore seeing you with the Fever. And you know what? Sabally struck that like button, but it goes beyond social. Media shifts SA's style of play would fit in wonderfully with the current Fever. She can stretch the floor. Shooting 40.6% from 3 over the last 2 seasons would make room for Boston to rule the paint, and her defense versatility would enable the desire to change everything, providing them with a defensive advantage.
Caitlin is an amazing generational talent, and she's going to do amazing things.
In the event that Sabally in Indiana, we're discussing a Clark, a possible dynasty in the making. Sab and Boston Mitchell are a core that might rule the WNBA for a long time in the future. We might be considering several runs in the championship with this group.
Caitlin is the face right now, and that's also good. She's selling out gyms. Why would you hate against that? We had a sold-out home opener. I think it was a practice game, like it wasn't even serious. We benefited from that because now we have all our fans there, and they're excited, and you have new people coming into a market. She is her own economy, and that is amazing.
However, the Fever doesn't put all of its eggs and they have selections in one basket, such as the Seattle Storm's Gabby Williams. As the suspense is here with a strong plan B, people will eventually relocate to Indiana and assemble a formidable squad, or will. At the final minute, another team intervenes. The WNBA is going to undergo a transformation, and we're eager to see how everything plays out.
And quality depth is going to be important. You know, when you have a core three like we have, you know, surrounding them with players who are going to, you know, fill the roles, certainly, first and foremost, who are going to embrace the roles, you know, secondly, and who give us the best opportunities for success by complementing what they do really, really well.
Let's discuss Gabby Williams, a free agent who has captured everyone's attention as they construct their dream of winning a championship. Why is Williams being considered by the team alongside Sab? She simply brings a distinct collection of abilities that can be the missing piece in the jigsaw of the Fever. Williams' specialty is defense. She's a lockdown defender capable of interfering, creating turnovers, and opposing offenses. However, this is where it becomes Williams is fascinating in more ways than merely defense. When the stakes are high, she increases her offensive output. As well, in the final, she averaged 17 points in the previous year's playoffs per game, demonstrating her ability to deliver. When it most importantly, Williams' adaptability is a coach's vision, enabling the group to adjust.
Prevent that tonight. Gabby Williams with the pick. Oh, behind the back to Jewel. Hello! Showtime on a Wednesday night.
Can Williams, however, manage the
place where players can come and get better and be surrounded by an organization that supports you, where they're going to have everything they need to be successful.
The Fever are demonstrating their commitment to creating a comprehensive team of championship caliber. Every advantage matters in the WNBA. Williams might be the key component on both sides of the court. In addition to her playoff experience, makes her a fascinating choice as the Fever appeared to build a team that can contend for a title. With Williams involved in the Fever, may have discovered the last piece of their problem for the championship.
She's the reflection of what should happen in women's sport.
Okay, let's speak regarding the larger picture. Here, the Indiana Fever are planning a master plan that creates a symphony of success that is going to upend the WNBA as a whole. A perfect storm is at the heart of it all, brewing for the image of the dynasty building. This is a cutting-edge facility, squad full of gifted players, and the Fever is moved by strategic free agency, are establishing the framework for a dynasty, and only one player is involved at first. We've all seen what Caitlin Clark can perform on the court. She's a powerful shockwaves from nature are traveling through the. Are you prepared for this Fever? League have witnessed an incredible 4 times. Clark is packed for an increase in attendees to the Rafters Arena.
So you like being a two-way player, like you like playing both ends.
I do. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that always been like that?
No.
So it's new. You just started to enjoy defense.
Yeah. I feel like I just enjoy the game.
However, this is where it becomes fascinating. But Clark isn't entering Aaliyah Boston by herself. Boston and Clark combined create a dynamic pair that might rule the league for years to come. It's similar to observing the basketball supernova's birth, and with Lexi Hull and Kelsey Mitchell are involved. The Fever is building a fab for that. Potentially change the records of WNBA history, whether it's real or not. Fever isn't finished, yet Gabby Williams or another, they are still a game-changing free agent. The search for that last fragment of the puzzle, and their brand new training facility. The Fever is making this claim: when you visit Indiana, we'll treat you like the your stars.
That's what I love doing. That's what I did all those years, was, you know, finding ways to add another player to our roster that's going to impact us and help us get better. So
the league's hype is electric. Players are observing the Fever is changing from the underdogs to everyone wants to join this team. When the rookie contract for Aaliyah Boston expires in 202.7, or when Caitlin Clark's contract expires. is up in 2028. Don't you believe they'll Kelly Krakoff keep this commitment in mind? The president of the Fever stressed that this new facility is more than just the purpose of bricks and mortar is to demonstrate their commitment to offering the greatest for their players. It's about establishing a setting where legacies are born and champions are constructed. But let's take a moment to zoom out. There is more to this than just the Indiana Fever. This is about improving the standard for the WNBA as a whole. When a single team makes such significant investments in their future, it puts each other to the test. Franchise to improve this action will have repercussions around the league for many years to come.
Everybody in this company's all in. Everybody in this city's all in.
The Indiana Fever's final game is putting themselves in a position to become the WNBA's upcoming great dynasty. Yet this is the great expectations are accompanied by great difficulties. Are they able to handle the pressure of sky high? What do they anticipate from their young stars? Let's get to the professional game as soon as possible. Remember the intense competitiveness as well from reputable. The Fever is heavily banking on powerhouses, the free agency of their youthful stars. Movements and their capacity to produce a winning culture. The inquiry is whether they prepared for one event that will happen next. The world of basketball is undoubtedly observing, and the Fever are committed to perform a show.
It didn't end the way we wanted it to end. There was a lot of optimism. There was a lot of enthusiasm around, this is a new beginning, it's a new start. And, I think it's great for our franchise, it's great for our fans, and we're excited to see, who can join us and help us as we continue to move forward and continue to be a great standard in the WNBA.
The Indiana Fever have established a new criterion for WNBA teams there. Modern facilities aren't only shares. Game is about expensive courts, player care, and upcoming investments. Teams such as the Connecticut Sun continue to sharing a practice area now is difficult. The heat of rivalry for free agents up the standard, and other teams have to follow suit or run the risk of lagging behind. Who's in order to make a significant move? The game has shifted, and the Fever revealed what was happening regarding women's basketball. Allen appears to. Caitlin is directly connected to this investment. Clark's influence and star power are driving teams to improve their performance off the court. How will other franchises react to this new chapter in the Kenny? Other teams in the WNBA keep up. Let's understand the remarks, such as subscribe and activate every alert so you never click the video on the screen to avoid missing out. And we'll see you in the upcoming one.